What's good, YouTube? I feel like I'm looking at the wrong spot. Is the camera? I guess the camera's here. I don't know why I'm looking over here. My eyes are like not in the right spot. But anyway, I was talking earlier in my other video about the benefits of pomegranate juice because I thought it was crazy that pomegranate juice will increase your testosterone while balancing estrogen and lowering cortisol. Cortisol is your stress hormone. Obviously, there are times that cortisol should be higher. Like when you first wake up in the morning, that's what gives you like the little boost and like, oh, it's time to be awake and do shit. If your circadian rhythms are messed up though, then your cortisol is going to be all over the place, and maybe it's low in the morning and then high at night. Or some people talk about crashing at like 2-3 p.m. in the middle of the day and then being awake at like 3 a.m., which is like cortisol being dysregulated and your sleep-wake cycle being all thrown off. So anyway, I just thought it was cool that pomegranate juice can help not only lower that stress hormone, but increase testosterone. And we all need testosterone. Testosterone is not just for the boys, though it is like their primary sex hormone. Women also have testosterone and we need it. You're going to feel better if you have a little bit more of it. And mine has been super low according to my blood work. I'm going to have blood work done again, hopefully within the next week. And I'm going to see if maybe this will help bring it up. And I want to compare to where my estrogen is and then cortisol as well. But I just wanted to mention like the importance of having testosterone, male or female, because not enough of it will leave you feeling drained, like really fatigued. And the older I get, the more I feel like I notice this. And, there's obvious things like, oh, if you use testosterone like steroids, you're going to be stronger and you're going to look jacked and be able to lift more. But it does so much more than that. Like you need testosterone to do your day-to-day things and have the energy to function and concentrate, because if your testosterone is low, you're going to have brain fog. Your sleep's going to be disrupted. You're going to be irritable. So I guess I just didn't realize how much it was affecting me. And I thought like, oh, I'm just having a hard time recovering from training because of stress, or I went too hard or something. But then I find out that my testosterone is low, and it's like, oh, well, no wonder I'm not feeling well. And if your testosterone is low and that throws off your other hormones like estrogen, then you might have PMS or PMDD like I do. And that is severe. So it's not your typical like, oh, I feel a little bit tired and a little emotional before I start my period. Mine is like for 10 days before my period starts, I am an absolutely miserable person. I have no energy. And I mean, I sleep 9-10 hours at night and then still need a nap during the day. I cannot seem to concentrate, which I was diagnosed with ADHD a few times. First time when I was 17. And they say that ADHD will worsen during that time of the month, during your luteal phase specifically, because ADHD will react to those low hormones. And when you're in your luteal phase, your hormones naturally drop. And so ADHD is like, oh no, the hormones are low, the dopamine is low. You might already know this, but dopamine people, no. ADHD people suffer from lower levels of dopamine. Your dopamine is lower when those hormones drop. You get what I'm saying. It all goes hand in hand. I just feel like I've started to connect the dots as to like why I feel so bad the week before my period, and then it's just gotten worse as I get older. So moral of the story is we're trying the pomegranate juice, and you can read some of those studies online for yourself. But I'm going to say proof is in the pudding. If it works, it works. I'm going to stick with it, and I'll let you guys know. I'm going to be drinking the pomegranate juice every day. I've read some people were saying that like half a cup is all you need. I love eating pomegranates, so I did get some of that too. I don't want to overdo it. I mean, I don't think I can overdo it. I doubt my body is going to just start crazy producing a ton of testosterone. If it does, like, cool, I'll take it. But I already feel like it's kind of given me some more energy. So we're going to play around with it and we're going to see what happens. But like I said, you can read some of these studies and stuff online. Men, if you're watching this, you probably have stopped watching this as soon as I started talking about my period. But men, if you're watching this is a simple, inexpensive way to increase testosterone. And I know dudes are always looking for ways to increase their testosterone. Again, I don't care. I don't judge people that want more testosterone. I don't care if you want to do anabolic steroids. I don't care if you do crack. I don't care. I'm not judging. So, and I'm not going to compare steroids to crack. Maybe that was a bad comparison because, crack is obviously not good for you. Follow me for more health tips. But testosterone has a ton of benefits, is all I'm saying. Misusing anything and overusing it and abusing it is obviously not good. Like, there can be levels that are too high. Obviously, we've seen that with bodybuilders that will either mix substances like that or just overuse way too high levels of it. You can tell when somebody's using an unhealthy amount. Like, you can literally see it in their face and their skin and hair loss and whatever. But if you're monitoring your levels and using a safe amount, I'm not judging. Do what you got to do to feel your best, whatever that means for you. I think we're all different in that some people feel better or worse with different amounts, and you kind of got to trial and error. My thing is, I would rather do something natural that I know is not going to be hard to like reverse. I'm not going to have negative effects that are going to cause like lasting damage. So my point is, if you want to try something safe, then something like pomegranate juice is going to be a better deal. So, yeah, I mean, who doesn't want to feel stronger, more energized, better sleep, less irritable, more focused? Did I say better sex drive? Because that's also helpful. Which also helps with fertility. Not that everybody's trying to have babies, but if you are, then this helps. Actually, that was one of the things they mentioned for women too, is that pomegranate juice helps with fertility. So, I don't know. It's just so cool. There's actually so many fruits and vegetables and meat and organs and whatever that has a ton of benefits. And I just feel like we should be focusing on what we have available like that and do more research and look at like the studies that are there versus turning to medications and things. Obviously, if you're sick, if you're to the point of like you need medical care, that's different. But many of us don't need medical care. We just need to eat better. We need to eat the right things. And maybe you trial and error what feels best for you. Because I use an example that like some people that have autoimmune disorders should avoid certain foods. Like people with shingles and Epstein-Barr, I believe they need to avoid foods that are higher in arginine and then have more lysine because it kind of off-puts the arginine. So I don't know, there's like oddly specific things. My point is, you know, what works for you might not work for everybody else. So do your research and find what feels good for you. And that's why getting blood work done is so important. Even though your doctor might not always be able to look at your blood work and say, oh, you need this treatment, because your doctor's there to treat illness and disease specifically. So maybe your lab work looks good on paper, but you take it home and realize like, oh, like my vitamin B or my vitamin D could actually be a little higher. Like maybe I'm on the lower end of that range, right? And so you start eating to improve those nutrients and vitamins and get more sunlight and whatever. And then, oh, what do you know? I'm feeling better. I'm more energized. So maybe the low energy was from vitamin D or vitamin B being low. And your doctor said, oh, well, your levels are healthy, but that's because there's such a wide range. Like, I remember getting my vitamin D tested years ago, and I forget the number at this point, but I was right on the line of the low end of the healthy range. So technically, I didn't have low vitamin D, but barely. I was like barely in there. You know what I'm saying? So the doctor was pretty much like, yeah, just get more sunlight. But I know that I felt really tired. So I supplemented with vitamin D and magnesium because you want to take the two together. I learned that if you take if you take vitamin D without magnesium, you can deplete the magnesium, which can also lead to more fatigue. So you don't want to just wing it willy-nilly unless you're willing to then, correct what you may have messed up with trial and error. But basically I supplemented vitamin D, magnesium. I've been using beef organ supplements because I feel like I digest and absorb those better versus like B vitamins that you end up kind of just peeing out and your pee is bright neon yellow. But anyway, yeah, my doctor wasn't going to give me anything for that because I was technically healthy. So I did my own research and trial and error, and then it helped bring my levels up where they needed to be. Now, my fatigue is from the low testosterone I found out. I don't think I'm technically in perimenopause according to my blood work, but that's what all my symptoms are like. So that's why I'm trying the pomegranate juice, the beef organ supplements. I'm kind of changing my training. Like, I still lift. I'm adding in a little more low intensity cardio, and then walking as well. That's still cardio, but I'm saying the walking is very low intensity most of the time, just getting my overall steps up for the day. But then I have intentional low intensity cardio where I'm doing like a slow run as well. I have a little bit of speed work that I'm doing just to get faster, but I'm talking like a little bit because running will overdo it for me like quickly. I'll be burned out. And with the fatigue I've been having and issues with recovery, I have to be really mindful of like how much I'm doing and not to overdo it. So, man, listening to your body and just developing that awareness is like, it's essential. But it can be bittersweet because it's easy to overdo it and start overthinking and you obsess. I have to like not ruminate and read articles and scroll over shit on my phone like too much. I have to like dial it down because I like enjoy learning, but then sometimes it's like overload. And sometimes I think we can manifest things if we spend too much time, obsessing over it. Like, do I actually have this issue, or am I like putting so much attention on it that now I'm creating an issue or making it worse? Well, also because it feels nice to have a diagnosis in a sense that I can fix. Like, if I don't know what the problem is, how am I going to fix it, right? You're just winging it. So sometimes we might look for, oh, this must be my problem. Now that I know what it is, now I can fix it, right? So in a sense, that was relieving with the testosterone because it was like, oh my God, finally I understand why I'm not recovering, why I feel like shit, why I'm waking up at night, why blah, 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 blah. And now I can work on it. But yeah, my point is the awareness is good, but you also don't want to obsess or spend too much time ruminating on these things, on articles and information. But, take the time to find out what works for you. And I would say a big thing for me is like really paying attention to my workouts, being mindful of what I'm doing, logging it. If you're working with a coach and getting programming, like make sure you're putting in there like what you're doing, how many reps and sets, what weight did you use, did you rest between, and paying attention to like how many workouts are high intensity versus low intensity versus a strength day versus zone 2 cardio versus whatever. Like, keep track of how often you're doing those things, because I found out the hard way too much high intensity is not good. I was doing way too much high intensity, and that was burning me out as well. I always thought that I thrived in the chaos, and in some ways I do. Again, that's kind of an ADHD thing. We like to procrastinate, wait till the last minute, scramble to get it all done, and then you're like, oh my gosh, all the dopamine, it feels so good, I'm getting this thing done, blah, 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 and then you like can't stop the task, you're obsessed in it, and it's like balls to the wall, all in. It's like very black or white. But like being like that all the time and not being routine and scheduled is obviously not healthy and can cause its own problems. So, where was I going with that? I completely lost my train of thought. Being more mindful about your training, keeping track of it, logging it, noticing how much you're doing HIIT training, all of these things can benefit your mental health, your stress levels, and then your hormones, because it's all connected. Literally all of it goes hand in hand. So if your nervous system is too taxed and you're fatigued all the time, then you're going to have a hard time recovering. Your hormones are going to get thrown off, because if your cortisol is spiked, then that's going to throw off the sex hormones, and then it's just a vicious cycle. Stress will throw your body off before anything else. It is the number one cause of so many health problems, and I think that's not talked about enough either, honestly. Like, where are all the studies on how harmful stress is to the body? Like, we know that it is, but I want to see like the real damage that's being done, and people should be talking more about how to manage stress, because it's so important. It's key to be managing stress. I mean, I'm just thinking of like every area of your life that is improved when you're able to better manage your stress. And managing your stress is not a one simple thing. It's not like, oh, I'll start doing yoga and then my stress will be better. It's like, yoga is great for sure. I'm certified in yoga, and I, believe everything with the, history and methodology and everything, but you need more than that. Breath work is helpful as well with managing stress. And not even like breath work like I'm going to sit down for 10 minutes and do it, but like even if you're out and about and you're feeling that you're getting really stressed, taking a moment to come back to the breath and just notice the breath, which is not even necessarily breath work, but that's more so practicing being present and in the now versus being spaced out, thinking about, oh my God, what's going to be next? Thinking into the future, ruminating on something, or overthinking something from the past, or getting irritated by other people in traffic and whatever. Just, if you're feeling that overload, just coming back to the breath. Whew, like here I am right now. I'm just going to focus on taking a big inhale in and then a longer exhale. So sprinkling those breathing techniques in through the day. But also journaling, gratitude journaling, writing your thoughts and feelings, getting 7 to 9 hours of sleep at night. I am big on sleep. 9 to 10 hours for me, honestly, is ideal. There's more studies to show that naps are great too, but just getting enough sleep is maybe like number one for stress management. Honestly, I'd say that's like top of the list. Then there's other little things like going for walks, infrared therapy, sauna, meditation, of course, taking time for yourself to like read a book. And I'd say those are the main ones. Can't think of anything else. I mean, being in nature is another good way to relieve stress, but I'd say like walking and hiking, they are all kind of like within that. Sitting by water, the ocean for me is always like a big stress reliever, like getting in the ocean, sitting by the ocean. I feel like there's a lot of restorative benefits of salt water specifically, which I used to work at the float tank in Hagerstown at Regenerate Float Center. And, you know, the whole idea is that you're laying in a float tank full of salt water. Not only is the salt water beneficial, but you can go into a meditative state where you don't feel the water really on your skin. It's warmed to your body temperature. And then you're in this pod or the float room where you can turn all the lights off, turn the music off. You got ear pods in, like earbuds, not headphones, but what the fuck are they called? Oh my gosh, what are they called? Is it earbud? What are the things called you put in your ears to block out sound? Oh my gosh, is it just ear pods? It's not earmuffs. Whatever. I can't believe I can't think of this word right now. Anyway, you lay in the sensory deprivation tank, no stimulation, and you just float there, and it helps you to get into a meditative state a lot easier. I mean, unless you're battling with the thoughts in your head, because I don't want to say that it's easy, because meditation can be quite difficult if you have a monkey mind, a busy mind, and the more stress and busy your life is, then it's a lot harder to get into a meditative state. But yeah, there's a lot of benefits to just being in the salt water, but also either in a float tank like that or in nature. Like getting in the ocean has always just felt really rejuvenating for me. So I am rambling again. I don't even know how we got here. I seriously got on this to just talk about like how cool the benefits of pomegranate juice are, and now I'm talking about sensory deprivation tanks. But oh my gosh, I could just yap. That's what people do on here though, right? Isn't that what some of these channels are? I mean, it's basically like a podcast by myself. It would be much better with somebody else talking as well. But you can always just comment, I guess. But I've thought about doing a podcast. I don't know what type of podcast, just all things, I guess, because I kind of just ramble about whatever. But Jordan and I have talked about doing a podcast, and I think, honestly, I'm interested in something like that. I just don't know exactly where to start. I mean, I guess I'm started by doing this, but obviously I want to do more than just sit on my couch and ramble. It'd be cool to have like a little studio space where I go to record. Maybe I have other people come on, or Jordan and I talk, and we have like specific topics. Would be pretty cool. I mean, obviously, you know how podcasts work. That's typically what the big ones do, is have a guest speaker or something. Or I like Andrew Huberman's podcast. I get a lot of my information from him. Neuroscience is extremely exciting and interesting to me, and I would love to talk more on those topics, or have somebody else talk on those topics, and I can kind of learn and just pitch in like my own experiences. But you know, I said it in one of my last videos that this is something that I've wanted to do, that I've put off, and I think I need to just practice getting on here and just talking, and whatever happens, happens. I mean, it feels a little weird and cringy, like I'm literally in my empty living room talking to myself right now. But maybe I'm the only one that thinks that's weird. Maybe other people don't think about that when they're watching. Like, I watch Cody Co videos on YouTube, and sometimes I'm like, I wonder if he feels awkward or uncomfortable just sitting here talking to himself. But you kind of do feel like you're talking to other people, like with the intent of posting this to other people. It feels like I'm talking in a way directly to you, even though you're not responding to me. I don't exactly feel like I'm just alone talking right now. It's kind of a weird concept, honestly. But rather than making all these excuses about like not having the equipment, not knowing what to talk about, I'm like, I need to just get on here and play around with it and just practice speaking. Obviously, I need help with that because I keep forgetting words and I space out. But I also need to practice editing videos so I could just clip that shit out. But I don't know how to do that yet. So that's going to be a whole nother process, learning process. But for now, you get the full uncut version of me just yapping about whatever topic is on my mind. And today's topic was, oh, I just hit myself in the eye. Today's topic was pomegranate juice for testosterone. So, ow. Oh my God, I think I just knocked my eyelashes off. Anyway, yeah, let me know your thoughts. And I was going to mention on Instagram, I share shorter messages, shorter videos on this stuff. If you want to stay tuned on there, you can. It's the same name as what I have on here, which is just Jenna Fit. So if you don't have me on Instagram, definitely go check it out, because I'm much better at making short reels than I am these long YouTube videos. But I'm going to keep practicing. I'll work on it. So let me know if you have used pomegranate juice for testosterone and hormones, or anything else that you've used. I'm interested to hear other options that have helped. I do have my beef organ supplements linked in my link tree, which is in my bio on Instagram. If you're interested, I have my discount codes on there for stuff as well. But yeah, I want to hear from you guys, and I'm going to get more consistent with posting these videos. So let me know what you think. If you also have recommendations on like equipment, I need to get like a mic. I know the Rode ones are really nice, but I don't know if there's ones that are cheaper that are just as good. And I don't really know what else I would need for YouTube videos, but if you've got ideas, let me know. Also, my hair it's looking a little funky today, and the lighting in here really makes me look like a strange color. It's like the natural light coming in, and then my walls are green, if you can see that. So I feel like it gives me a weird color, but anyway, that's enough rambling, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.